is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. The Sports Talk 305 network is back. It's time to talk Miami Dolphins football with the greatest fan base in the world. EJDconstruction.com is fully insured, liability and workers' comp. Call Eric if you need a custom home builder or general contractor. 305-433-4843. This is the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins postgame show on the Sports Talk 305 network. The show is mastered by Sean Stanley and Chad Shobe. Here's your host, the Big O.
Oh, welcome aboard on a very happy post-game show as your Miami Dolphins throttle, route, kick Sean Payton's sorry ass up and down the field at Hard Rock Stadium for a 70-20 win. And we are here at Walk-Ons, obviously a very happy Walk-Ons, very happy Sean Stanley, a very happy crowd here at Walk-Ons. Plus, we gave away a ton of prizes. Holy crap. T-shirts, Dolphin T-shirts, hats, all kinds of shirts and a bunch of buckets with hats and shirts inside of them. Perdomo cigar lighters, cutters, I mean, all kinds of stuff. We gave away a beach umbrella at the end, a giant beach umbrella. And so we have had a good time out here watching the Miami Dolphins throttle. Damn. I mean, I was confident that they would win by 10 points. I didn't think that they were going to win by 50, dude. I did not see that coming. But it was a satisfactory game. You know, it was one of those things that it's what this is doing is it's galvanizing our fan base, because we don't have people, all the people don't believe like I do. You know, there's some of you out there that believe like I do, But we got to get a lot of other people that are still whatever about Tua or McDaniel or they're just worried about the past. And that's what I love about this game. This game was an ass-kicking performance by the Dolphins. They put up over 700 yards of offense on these guys. I mean, it doesn't get better than that, dude. You want me to read this? This is how sweet. And we need to enjoy this because as Dolphin fans, we don't get to enjoy this. They had 30 first downs to Denver's 16. Okay? They had 726 yards of offense. 726 yards of offense. Devon A-Chain rushed for 200 yards today. Okay? The team rushed for 350 yards. By the way, you still think you need Dalvin Cook? Or Saquon Barkley? Or what was the other fool? Jonathan Taylor? Is any of that stupidity? Now you understand what I was talking about, that they didn't need a running back. Now you kind of get it, right? They don't need a running back. I mean, we had people, even in the media, say stupid shit like Jonathan Taylor will put this team over the top. Luckily, none of you run the football team. Luckily, Chris Greer is the guy that runs the football team. You know, those of you that were all about Dalvin Cook and Jonathan Taylor and all that shit, there you go. So, yards per play, 10.2 for the Dolphins. 6.2 for Denver. I mean, it's just awesome. No turnovers, 3 for them. Javon Holland forced 2 turnovers today. Both on Cortland Sutton, by the way. The rushing yards were a difference of 350 to 69. After that first week where they were pathetic against the run, they have done a great job against the run since then. Obviously, once you take a big lead like this, you kind of take the running game out of it. Dude, is Indianapolis lining up to win against Baltimore? Dude, I thought Lamar Jackson was going to be some big-time passer this year or something. He's still the same mediocre passer he is. He's still a running back with the ball in his hands. Nothing's changed with the Baltimore Ravens. That's why you lose, Lamar, because you ain't a passer, dude. You'll never be a passer. That's why Tua kicked your ass last year. Your schmuck ass was sitting there watching a real quarterback play the game. Lamar Jackson, that's the kind of shit we used to have here, called Ryan Tannehill. The guys that can't play quarterback, that can't pass. It's a beautiful thing, dude. This is, it just doesn't get any better than this. Just absolutely amazing. Josh, Alexa, thank you for coming. Appreciate it. The president is in the house. It was just, this is the most satisfying moment for Dolphin fans. Listen to me. The most satisfying moment for Dolphin fans in 25 years. Okay? My love. Barbara. Guess you don't answer to my love. Here you go. My phone's ringing, so I got to have my wife answer it. Anyway, so she's looking down at her phone. I say, my love, and she's just looking down like, no one calls me that. Voice is a little rough today because I've been doing a lot of yelling and screaming over here at walk-ons with the crowd. Oh, my God. This is as satisfying as it gets. 25 years we've been waiting for this. We thought Jimmy Johnson was going to do it. Then, we had all the other guys that came after. And we never had anybody that could recapture the magic of having a complete football team. Down the stretch with Shula, it was all offense and no defense. No running game either. And then throughout the years, Jimmy Johnson destroyed the offense, only built the defense. Dave Wanstead couldn't really get the offense off the ground. there were a couple times that you had a running game, but you didn't really have the complete team, and you never had the quarterback. Ever since 13, you've never had the quarterback. And this is why I'm telling you, this is the most satisfying moment for us in over a quarter century, because we've never had this combination. And so it's actually coming to fruition. You have a real football team. You have one of the best football teams in the NFL. You have one of the three best quarterbacks. I'm done with this, okay? Tua is one of the three best quarterbacks in the NFL, period, end of story. I don't care who you want to bring up. Mahomes 1 and Tua's 2 or 3. I don't care. I don't care. Name whoever you want. I put Tua up against anybody in the league outside of Mahomes. So you've got one of the better offensive minds. You got one of the best defensive coaches in the league. You got one of the three best quarterbacks in the NFL. And now your team, you got, I think, one of the three best front offices in the NFL. I think they're the best front office in the NFL. Let's get that shit straight. Okay? This is the best front office in the NFL. But I know, I get it. When I say, Tua reminds me of Joe Montana 2 years ago, I'm called a nutbag. Right? Because I remember Adam Beasley basically laughing at me when I said it. But I forgot more about football than he'll ever know. So there's a difference. So this is, I mean, it doesn't get better than this. It doesn't. This is justifying everything. This isn't about some fake-ass Wildcat gimmick that isn't going to last. This isn't about a hot Ricky Williams that you really don't have the quarterback or the offense, but you're surviving on defense and running game, and you're hoping that this falls into place or that falls into place. No, dude. You can win games on defense. You can win games on offense. I don't think you're going to win any games on special teams, but you are winning it in other ways. Okay? That's why I tell you that this is the most satisfying thing that has happened to a Dolphin fan in over a quarter century. Because once Shula stepped down, we never got anybody to come close to shoes. Here it is. Here it is. Years ago, I want to say it was Ross when they hired Philbin. Did he say we're going to get a young Don Shula or some stupid line like that? Something, Stephen Ross is known to say a lot of stupid shit when it comes to sports. And I think he said something stupid like that. Well, this guy's mind is way better than Shula's when it comes to offense. It's not even close. But Shula is still the GOAT of all coaches. And to me, that's what I see in Mike McDaniel. I see a hell of a coach. I'm not putting him in Shula's level because I think what I saw from Shula was just stupid shit. That what stopped Shula at the end was his person. Shula, the general manager, got in the way of Shula, the coach. That is the truth in his final, 20 years. 19, 17 years, whatever it was. It kind of got in his way, to be quite honest. But now you've got a personnel department that I think is the best in the NFL, period. End of story, not even close in my book. And you have now a complete organization because Stephen Ross now is doing what he's supposed to do. Sign checks, stay out of the way, shut the hell up, and come downstairs and celebrate the win with the guys and congratulate them and then leave again. We don't want any comments from you. We don't need you to try to think that you know football because you don't know football, all that kind of stuff. Everything has come together now. And to me, that's the most gratifying thing about all of this because it's proving to be real. You actually have a real football team. Not this gimmick stuff, not something that you hope will survive. None of that crap. That's not what's going on. So, you've got the real deal now. And to me, that's the part that you should be absolutely giddy about, because you saw it today. You saw, uh, a performance that we haven't seen in a long, 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 long time. We haven't seen the start of a season like this in a long time, because all the other seasons are fraudulent. Anything that happened in 11, frauds. In 16, frauds. In 2008, frauds. In 2001, frauds. These guys are real, dude. These guys can win the Super Bowl. And that's the beauty of it. They just need the breaks. That's all. They just need the breaks. They don't need anything else. They need the breaks. Stay as healthy as possible. Look, and they got nicked up again today. But they've got depth now that they have never had before. They have a Kendall Lamb that they've never had before. Because when Armstead would get injured, you were screwed. You had somebody that could step in. Running backs, brother, Chris Brooks was running at the end. Receivers, okay, no Waddle today. 70 points. Did you have that friend? Oh, my God, no Waddle. I think our offense is going to really struggle. Did you have that friend? Lean over and tell him, hey, 70 points without Waddle. Thank you, sir. We had a lot of great fans come today. Thank you all for coming out here. Those of you that we'll be out here again for the Patriots game on the 29th, I believe it is, in October. Okay? Last game of the month. I believe it's the Patriots. I want to say it's the 29th. I'm like a 99.9999999% sure. I'm pretty sure I'm 1,000% right, but whatever. Right? Tell me. But anyway. I'm speechless, to be quite honest, because this is just too much fun. It's nice this is what we've been working forever. And for me in my career that I've been at this for 33 years, my God, dude, I've covered some decent teams, but I've never covered a great football team. And this might be my first chance ever to cover a great football team. And by the way, for a lot of you out there, this might be your first chance to even root for a great football team locally on the professional level, obviously. It's pretty amazing, I got to say. You want to start giving me the super chats here before I completely lose my voice? Omar the weirdo. Yeah, that was an infamous segment here on the show. Michael Daniels, thank you for the love on the super chat. I appreciate it. Remember, you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. And please join us out here, walk-ons in Kendall next month for the Patriots game. True Fin fan, trap game, huh? This is a new era. Yep, you're right. Ain't no trap game here, dude. Ain't no trap game here, dude. Please. What's next? My true Fin fan believes like I do. Rolando Vieltes, huge win, pumped. You should be, man. You should be incredibly pumped with what's going on, dude. This is the real deal. Go ahead, next. All right, true Fin fan again. Big O, we really need Dalvin or Taylor. LOL. Oh my God, Dalvin Cook, Taylor, Saquon. Those of you that are honest with yourselves, what are you saying now? Because I remember, Big O, Dalvin Cook will put us over the top. Oh, Dalvin Cook, what do you need him for? A-Chain is just as good. I think you saw it today. He's pretty good. All right, what's next? Andro Blanco, thank you, sir. He says, we all know this game was rigged. Dolphins pulled all their strings for this win. Sports are not fun anymore. Oh, he's got more? All right, what's next for Andro? Okay. Oh, okay. I see. All right. Man of 1,005 holds. Unleash, unleash. Legion of Zoom is here. Yes, sir. It is. It was a beautiful thing to watch. Man of 1,005 holds. God, it was awesome. Next up, Anthony Petrunt. We took our starters out at 49 points. We then scored 21 with backups. Denver only scored 20. Our second stringers outscored them. Unreal. I don't know if they were all second stringers, but I get your drift. Listen, man, the bottom line is they performed at an elite level. And today, it proved that Denver is nowhere near Miami's level. And here's the thing. You're watching a team get better. That's the scary part. And they're going to need it because Buffalo's next week. What's next? Rick D. Man. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, right? I'll see you tomorrow, Rick. Miami stands atop the AFC. Only undefeated team. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How about that? It's pretty cool. It's pretty damn cool. All right, what do you got? What's next? It is Andro Blanco. Broncos were 0-2. We beat a bad team. Wow. Wait till the real big boys come. This is disgusting. But I still love that you are tuning in the super chat. So thank you, sir. What's next? Dustin says, do you agree with the knee on the fourth over the record? Oh, nah, they made their point, bro. That's all right. Forget that. Bro, we're not about records. Okay, let's just get the win. They thoroughly proved that they're much better than Denver. They're 3-0. They're one of the best teams in the NFL. They prove more than enough. That record doesn't mean anything. It's about getting to the playoffs and making noise and getting to the Super Bowl. That's what it's all about, my man. So the record, it's nice if it happens in the moment, but to go out of your way to try to, it's kind of cheesy. So I'm good with it. True Fin fan, anybody going to mention the O-line dominant again? Yes. 0 sacks, right? I think they had no sacks. I want to say. Let's see. I will tell you right now. 0 sacks. Yeah, 0 sacks. All right, and you're right, True fan. O-line again doing their job, dude. Excellent job by them. Oh, she took it. Okay. Andro Blanco. Next week, the Bills are going to put us in our place. Maybe in the next decade, we will be worth watching. This game was rigged and a dud. Sports are all about money now. Broncos suck to begin with. Okay. Thank you, Andro. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. If you want to make any more points, you can go ahead and keep doing. Oh, he's got more. Okay, great. Albuquerque Alex. O-line awesome again. A star is born in A-Chain. Bethel playing great as well. Go Phinz. Bring on the Bills. Damn right. Damn right. Thank you, Albuquerque Alex. Appreciate it. Remember, next Sunday, we're in Las Vegas. We're going to Vegas for the Canelo fight. But on Sunday, we're going to be at Tommy Rocker's in Las Vegas, which is a Miami Dolphins bar. So we'll be doing our Dolphins pre- and post-game show with the Bills there. All right? So we'll be in Vegas. So any of our listeners out there in Vegas, join us at Tommy Rocker's for the Bills game. Samuel Wesley Tualemotu. This is exactly what we were talking about last season, Big O. Last season, they couldn't stay healthy. And it really derailed the season. Okay. Anyway. So, yeah. Let's see. Hopefully, this role will continue and continue as sweet as it is right now, my man. Thank you, Samuel. Appreciate you. Andro says, money means nothing to me. I make too much. Bills are still your daddies. Better luck next year. This year hasn't even happened yet. But thank you for the good luck, Andro. Appreciate it. Vinny Lena. Boomer E said at halftime, Tua plays like Montana. See, the problem with Boomer Esiason and everybody else, y'all don't get that luxury. Boomer Esiason is not allowed to say that stuff because I'm the guy that said that. I'm the guy that established that 2 years ago that Tua reminds me of Montana. So nobody, you don't get to ride my coattails now. Boomer Esiason, get the hell out of here. Get out of my face. Next up, Justin Dunker. Let's go, Big O. You called the blowout. Cheers from Rotterdam, Holland, Hollanda. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Yeah, I just thought they could handle the Broncos and their home. I was really expecting what's it called? Inspirational performance, and that's exactly what you got. Jick CA, thank you, sir. Appreciate the love on the super chat. Thank you. Next up, Dolphin number 1, thank you. He says, we need to extend AVG while we can now for cheap. That dude is always around the ball. He's on a 2-year contract. He's on that 2-year special from Chris Greer. But something tells me that if he performs well this year, you'll see an extension. Yeah, eventually. You're welcome. Justy Taus says, do you think the locker room will be upset? We did not. No, dude. They're not. They don't care about that, dude. They care about the wins. Yeah, bro. The sideline was happy. I mean, Russell Wilson threw a ball out of bounds. One of the guys caught it, and they were all like high-fiving and having fun. And you could tell that they're winning, and the vibe is different when shit like that is going on. So, no, they don't care about that, dude. Josh Smith, the Broncos lost both games by combined 3 points. They weren't that bad. A-Chain reminds me of Sproles. A little bigger version of it, but I can see what you say by that. Remember, you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. I'm going to go to that now, Cash Big O Show, and you can send in your questions, comments, complaints, insults, whatever you want to do, Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show. And remember, you can also send a Bitcoin donation, which we love it. Craig Berman, thank you for the love on Cash App. He says, for best game in decades. Amen to that, dude. Amen to that. Best game in decades. Alexander Lopez on Cash App. DJ Gallagher, thank you, sir. For Tua being compared to Montana, Big O was first. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. But you're a hardcore listener. You know we had it before everybody else. Let me go to Venmo, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Let's go first up. Joe Cracchiola, thank you, sir. Big O, my son and I are having a victory Perdomos for that magic we saw today. Love the show. Thank you, Joe. And give the Dolphins a victory cigar. I like it. Peter German says nothing to do but hold up a glass of champagne and toast this effort. Great job, Tua, McDaniel, and the running backs. Amen. Amen, man. A freaking man. That was absolutely awesome what we witnessed today. It was a beautiful thing. All right, what's next? Lenny Pena, for all those Dolphin fans that doubted Chris Greer, there you go. And Tucara. Let's give the man some credit. This man is leading us to a ring. I mean, by now, how can you not believe in Chris Greer? We've been trying to tell you this is the best team since the early 90s, and this is the best front office since the late 70s. Okay? Trust me, I've been around a little bit. So this is special what's going on here. Musa, Hamaday, Big O, I'm dizzy, Kool-Aid, overload. Never seen anything so beautiful in my life watching the Phinz. And you deserve it. Every single one of you deserves this. And more. More to come. Next up. Huh? We're caught up? All right, excellent. All right. Great win in front of the hometown fans. Wins in the NFL by this margin are rare. We better fix our special teams before they cost us a game. Yeah. What's that? Oh, we got another one? All right. There we go. Big O, can you imagine this team with a QB? Yeah, no, I can't imagine it with a QB. I know. Daniel Guzman, you called it, checking in from Anchorage, Arkansas. Or Alaska? AK is Alaska? I thought it was Arkansas. Well, it's ARK. Or what's their two-letter? Is it? Oh, yeah. So AK is Alaska. Okay. They didn't want to put AS for ass? Okay, I get it. That makes sense. Yeah. On to Buffalo. Yes, sir, Daniel. Leon Fresco, thank you, too, for the love. Mike White, more yards than Zach Wilson. We went 2-1 with our picks, by the way. We gave you the Dolphins -6 or 5.5. It didn't matter. And then, because I doubled up today, I took the Dolphins -6 earlier in the week. And then it went down to 5.5 this morning, and I doubled up. I added more money. I said, so you're telling me people are betting on Denver? Like, really? Like, what makes you think Denver is anywhere at the level of Miami? And by the way, we'll have the you got the Tua yet? No, that's not for me. I can't do that now. How's that? Oh, okay, but I can't have that on the air right now, no. Yeah. Thank you. But you can have it. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see. I put it on the camera. Andrew Pereira is in Hawaii. I love it. Our Hawaiian friends out there should be very proud. Because what Tua is doing is as special as it gets, dude. He is amazing. Send the link, send them a reminder to both of them. Yeah, send them a reminder too. Now. Cy Lovall says, been so long, brother, Tua for MVP. Listen, man, the offensive line played great. Tua was amazing. The receivers were fantastic. The defense did its job. Mike McDaniel called a game of all games. I mean, it was crazy, dude. It was crazy. And Cy, this is what you've been waiting for. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what Sean's been waiting for. This is what a lot of Dolphin fans have been waiting for a long time. We've been waiting to have actually a real team you can, like, look at and say, wow, these guys can compete with anybody. You know? Daniel Guzman says, credit to you. Oh, you called it early. Tua, New Age, Montana. Curious to hear the critics now. Well, you know, the critics will be phonies and they'll make all kinds of excuses because they didn't look at it in the right way. In the first 2 years, he had no help. And instead of blaming him, your IQ should have led you to the other things, but it didn't. So the people that were constantly going after Tua, I'm sorry, bro, but you got it completely wrong. And Tua wasn't your problem the first 2 years. It's everything else around him. You know, Marino got screwed because Shula could not build a complete team around him. And that's Marino. So what's the difference between Marino or Tua or Montana or anybody or Tom Brady? If you don't give them the things they need around them to win, they're not going to win. So if you don't give them a running game, you don't give them a defense, you don't give them an offensive line, you don't have good coaches, dude, how are you going to win? And that's where sometimes I think we had to separate what was actually going on and the criticism of Tua. So, whatever, man. Maybe I just got lucky and read it the right way. How about that? The Tua touchdown, the cheetah. Yeah, the no look. The no look was amazing. That was to Mostert, right? The no look. That was the no look to Mostert was awesome, dude. That was really, really groovy when they pulled that one off.
They ran it again, I think, the A-chain for another touchdown as well.
No look?
Later in the game, yeah. Well, there was more look
right.
than it was the first time. Yeah.
Because the other one was no look completely.
Yeah.
That thing was beautiful, dude. Ross puts the track on the outside of the stadium. Now there's a track inside of it. Yes, sir. You are correct. You are correct. Big O, I guess A-Chain was an okay pick, huh? No, we need to go trade for Jonathan Taylor. I mean, let's go, dude. That's absolutely hilarious. What do we got here? Go ahead, send it in. Pat in Asheville, thank you, sir. Appreciate the love in the super chat. I'll see you in a couple days in Vegas. I have a feeling this offense may be pretty good this season. Fingers crossed. See you in Vegas. Andro Blanco, beat this 70. There you go. That's right, Andro. Money's no object for you, Andro. There you go, Pat in Asheville. There you go. P. Hillis, Big O, Mike McDaniel, and Mad Scientist. Tua is him. Yep, he is that dude. I've been telling you he's that dude. Just gotta have a little bit more patience. Big O, who gets the ball, the game ball, or the nature ball of the game? I don't know, the nature B ball of the game. I don't know. It's hard. I'm gonna give it to Mike McDaniel. I got to give it to Mike McDaniel, bro. Because
I mean, he was the mad scientist behind it all, but
without McDaniel, we don't have this fun.
I got to give it to Mostert.
But we don't have Mostert without McDaniel.
4 touchdowns.
We don't have Mostert.
Well, then in that case, give it to Chris Greer because we ain't got McDaniel without Chris Greer.
I don't have a problem with that either. I don't have but the thing is, there's 70 points on the board. So I got to, and he's the one that wanted A-Chain, not Chris Greer. Chris Greer drafted it for him. But I know for a fact that the coach wanted A-Chain.
Who's saying, what is it, Frank Smith? And how do we know they weren't involved in this offense?
Oh, they are offensive line.
Butch Berry could have called this game.
But that's Mike McDaniel brought Butch Berry. He got Darrell Bevell. And he got Darrell Bevell to stay this year after he was offered a job. I'm going with Mike McDaniel as my MVP in game ball, dude, because he put it all together. He had the foresight that this piece and that piece and this piece and that piece and this piece, and that's how the puzzle comes together, and the guys put the puzzle together. 70-20. I mean, how's a Dolphin fan like you and me? We're not used to watching. We're not used to watching any offenses like this until 13. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. It may need to be fixed. There we go. Somebody ran into the camera, by the way. So hold on. Oh, wow. You're pretty good, dude. Oh, wait. You actually had it. Now let me see. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, okay. Now you actually added to it. Okay. Nice job, dude. You're hired, bro. Anyway, J9, thank you. Big O's a class act, and this man's scheme is unreal. Solidified himself as a top 5 offensive mind with Reed and Shanahan and McVay. He was amazing. He's amazing. Gotta love McDaniel, bro. Daniel Guzman, you called it. To a New Age Montana. What can I tell you?
You know, the Miami Dolphins are the second team since at least 1940 with 300 pass and 300 plus rush yards in a single game. The other, 2012 49ers, week 5, 2012.
How about that? You know, I thought you were going to tell me some Ram shit. You know, greatest show on turf. I thought it was some Marshall Faulk and some Kurt Warner stuff. Have a good one, man. Be safe out there. Much love. Josh, thank you for the love in the super chat, and thank you and Alexa for coming over and supporting us out here. Eddie Lepp just left right now, so really we can't do this without you guys. And I want to thank all of you out there, those of you that came out here. Please come out for the Patriots game on the 29th next month. We're gonna have a blast, and we have a bunch of prizes, a bunch of giveaways, and I get to hang out with you guys and we get to talk and BS about the game throughout the game and all that. So really, it's a great, and the food here and the service and the place is ginormous. Really, good place, man. Come on out and join us here in Kendall. Leon Fresco, thank you for the love on the super chat, my friend. Buffalo is NFL's dirtiest team. No injuries. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Devin Jordan, Big O, I think the Dolphins found their future star running back. That A-Chain kid is special. He is electric. He is explosive when he busts right. Dude, that kid has a 0 to 60 gear that is, Porsche twin turbo-like. By the time he gets to the line of scrimmage, he's at top speed, dude. And he is exploding, and his vision is awesome. What do you got?
That is Tua's 10th straight win versus a Super Bowl winning head coach.
So 10th straight win against a Super Bowl winning head coach. He's 5-0 against the guy that's won 6 Super Bowls. He has, I believe it's 11-4 record under Mike McDaniel. But what more do you want? I don't know. I mean, but by now, seriously, if you're questioning Tua, you're an idiot. Really, you're just stupid at this point. You're just stupid, ignorant. You really shouldn't even follow football anymore at this point.
I mean, you did see that 2 of his 3 incompletions were short, right?
Yes. Oh, that's right.
I mean, they were short.
Oh, my God. How dare he? He underthrew 2 passes. Jesus. How dare Tua do that? I got Miami at plus 2,600 to win the Super Bowl before the season started. Well, you did good. You did good. Dolphin 13 says that's why it's so important to have depth. Some games are won and lost to the team who has the better depth at times. Yes, sir. You are correct. And Brian Silver says people need to understand the obstacles that Flores put in front of Tua to fully appreciate what's happening now. Big win with the big O. There you go. I like it. The offense. Very nice. Very nice. Roderick Freeman says, Big O, what an offensive explosion. I looked up and found that the last team to score 70 in the regular season was Washington against the Giants in 1966. Yep. Yeah. It was awesome, dude. It was a beautiful thing to watch. Yes, sir.
I now officially believe that this Dolphin fan base, there are some in this Dolphin fan base that will just not be happy.
Why? What happened?
There's actual conversation that Dolphin, they're upset that they took the knee instead of getting the record. Like, you can't be happy with 70 points because they didn't get the record. You have to find an issue with the team that just put up 70 damn points.
I guess they
made your Sunday so damn entertaining.
They made our Sunday entertaining, and they won me money. A lot of money.
But they took a knee instead of kicking the field goal.
I needed them to win by 5.5 and 6 points so I can win both my bets. They covered comfortably, and they entertained me. I love my Dolphins. They made me money, and they won. Anthony Lizzie, thank you, sir, for the love on Venmo. Very nice of you. Don't have the words, Big O. You've been saying this for years. Get to a running game and look out. Boomer Esiason compared to Montana. Sounds familiar. Yep. You got a lot of you got this Boomer Esiason thing, and you reached out to me right away. Thank you very much. because that shows that a lot of you were listening to me, because a lot of people have called me all kinds of shit, that I'm crazy and all that. How dare you, all that. And I would always say I compared him to Montana, not because he's going to win 4 titles, because he has that clutch gene in him, because he's super accurate, because the ball placement and the anticipatory skills are sick. And that's why Montana was at another level. And to me, that's who this young man is, bro. I'm telling you. So, Anthony Lizzie, thank you, sir, and thank you for having my back. Andrea Ota, thank you for the love on Venmo. Sending you aloha and positive vibes. Everyone deserves this win, including you, Big O. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, Andrea. Appreciate you. That is very, very nice of you. And I appreciate all of you, as always, for supporting our show, visiting our sponsors, hitting the like button, watching as much as you can, making a donation, however it is. Thank you immensely for all of that. Carolina Costa, thank you for the love on Cash App or Venmo, Cash Big O Show, for the great win, Big O. Let's keep it going next week. Thank you, Carolina. Appreciate you immensely. Yes, sir, Sean.
A couple super chats, but Humble Legend in the chat might have gone with the reason, I believe. He said Mike McDaniel might have known that Jason Sanders was going to miss the kick. And then what happens then? Now we have something to complain about.
Okay. I like that. That's funny. That's good. That's creative. That's definitely creative. All right, what do we got here? Is it Andrew Pereira, the first one? Okay. Devon, the A-Train, A-Chain. Aloha, Big O. Thank you, Andrew Pereira. Very nice of you. EQ305, thank you for the super chat. Says, go Phinz from Concord, North Carolina. Let's go, Big O. Thank you, EQ. Appreciate you. Jeremy Dorsett, always supportive of the show. Big O, I wonder what the Broncos fans are going to be saying on the sports talk radio stations in the Rocky Mountain, Colorado. They're probably calling for the defensive coordinator to be fired. How about this? How about Sean Payton? It's his defensive coordinator. He's the one that talked shit at the beginning of the year and slammed the other coach. The one that got fired. And he said he did a shit job, this, that, whatever. And he's sitting there 0-3, and he just got his ass kicked by 50 points. So if I'm a Broncos fan, I'm looking more at Sean Payton saying, yo, what do you got for me, dude? I don't see anything special. I thought you were a special coach. So Sean Payton is the one that you want to call everybody out, right? You want to call the guy that got fired. You want to call out Tua. You want to say stupid shit like Teddy Bridgewater will take his job. Dude, look, I get it if one of you out there says the Teddy Bridgewater stuff here in South Florida. I get it. You're a fan. Teddy's the most lovable guy out there. He's a hometown guy. He's a super decent human being. You want Teddy Bridgewater to succeed. So I get your little homerness behind it. You can't be objective. So you're cheering for the Miami guy or some crap like that, but you're still wrong. Oh, and by the way, incredibly stupid too. Just so you'll know. Okay? Because anybody that compared Bridgewater to Tua, that's freaking stupidity. You weren't even in the conversation. You weren't even in the neighborhood or anything like that. So Sean Payton, who is a coach, says something that's stupid. This is karma. So Tua lays a 50 burger on his ass and then sits down in 3 quarters. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So if anybody should be on the hot seat, or at least criticized, because it's too early for a hot seat for him, but it's Sean Payton, not the defensive coordinator. Vishal Saxena. Love you, Big O. Placencia time. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. And I did say EQ 305, go Phinz from Concord, North Carolina. Let's go. Thank you, EQ 305. Appreciate you. What happened? What do you got?
Dad Dean, it's Grandma Bo is the name of the grandmother that was turning 77 today, and the Dolphins almost put up
a 77. So Grandma Bo.
Grandma Bo.
Happy birthday, Grandma Bo. And how about that? And happy birthday. You got yourself a beautiful victory today from the Dolphins. That was a Grandma Bo performance for 70 points. There you go. They left you the last 7, Grandma Bo, because 7 is a lucky number. So they figured Grandma Bo is lucky for us, so she'll complete the 7 for us. We'll do 70. She'll do 7. We got 77. Boom. Happy birthday, Grandma Bo. Brett Franz. I'm Hans, and I'm Franz, and we're here to pump you up. Sean Payton deserves that butt kicking today. Oh, yes, he does. Oh, yes, he does. Lisa Rose says, leave it to the ridiculous fans in the base for trolling McDaniel, slamming him for not going for the record-breaking field goal. People are just not happy unless they got something to bitch about. You're not a fan. Okay? Let's see. The beauty about this show is we don't really like screw around and pussyfoot or anything like that. If you're demanding and complaining about that field goal, you are not a fan. You're an idiot. And people like you, we really don't need in the fan base. Just want to be honest. We don't need people like you. You're too ignorant. You're going to get in the way of our enjoyment. That's the thing. So I want you to know that right now, because nobody else is going to have any balls to tell you that. But I will. I'll tell you, you're an idiot and you don't belong in the fan base. You're not a Miami Dolphins fan if you're complaining about a record and a field goal. You're a silly little child is what you are. You understand that? That's what you are. You're a silly little child. Nothing more, nothing less. We don't need fools like you in the fan base. Okay? Those 3 points don't mean anything. Ken Helm, the great Ken Helm, is in. You think Miami Buffalo flexed? No, they don't flex this early. They don't flex this early. It's later on in the season when the flexing starts. They don't start now. It's like the last quarter of the season, last 6 games, 4 games, something like that. That's when the flexing starts. They don't do that now. Kevin Meadows. I wonder what Tua haters will come up with now. Kevin, there can't be any Tua haters anymore. There are just Tua rights and Tua wrongs. That's all. Pretty simple. Those of us that we knew he was a quarterback, we were right. Those of you that thought he didn't have an arm, too short, the Adam Beasleys of the world, you're just wrong. At least Adam Beasley admits it. So, Adam's a good dude. Kind of wacky in his football predictions or opinions, but he is a good dude, and he's actually stand-up because he admits that he was wrong about Tua. I've heard him say it at least. There's some others out there who still make excuses. Let's see. Do you think the team wanted to punish Sean Payton today? I think there was a little bit of that. I think Tua and McDaniel wanted to lay it on a little bit, lay that cheese on. Yeah. Just like the first week, he sent a message to everybody in the Brandon Staley. You don't take the middle of the field or any part of the field away from me. I'll figure out a way to use it all up if I feel like it. The way he attacked the middle of the field against the Chargers, he sent a message. Yes, sir.
I wanted to, not Dolphins related. This is Kansas City Chiefs related.
Okay.
There's a Taylor Swift sighting at Arrowhead Stadium.
Oh, well, they're going out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just putting it out there.
Wow. It's like Secret Service there.
This is our entertainment portion. Taylor Swift is at Arrowhead.
Because I would imagine if Beyonce or Taylor Swift attend anything, there are FBI agents everywhere. Right? Because those two women, like, oh my God, the amount of security that those two women need, it's ridiculous. Are there any more, like, in music, right? Those are the two most powerful women in music, right? God, those women, man, they got some juice, dude. Holy shit, they got some juice. Those women are beasts, dude. The state of Colorado hasn't seen a beatdown that bad since yesterday. That was good, dude. That was really, really good, brother. Okay? That was funny, Rich. Okay? That was really good, dude. Really good. If you were here, I'd give you a present. Okay? I'd give you some kind of prize or something. Seriously. That was fantastic. That was awesome. Yeah. Perdomo Champagne 10 is sublime. Dude, the flavor of that champagne cigar is so awesome. You wouldn't think a Connecticut rapper would have that kind of flavor. I'm with you all the way. Big O listening from Honduras. I listen to you every day. Let's go, Phinz. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you. Ricky Zumba at Buffalo. Let's see. I don't know what is that? Buffalo. Oh, is that like a Bills? That's a Buffalo, I guess. It's going to be crazy for Dolphins. Miami looks like the way the Chiefs were a few years ago with a better defense. Wait till Ramsey comes back. Yeah, dude. When Ramsey comes back, oh my God. Maxu Desis. Thank you for the love on the super chat. That was very nice of you, sir. Tom Wilson, thank you for the love on the super chat. Listening in Lawrenceville. Grandma and Grandpa season ticket holders 7273 were our lucky charms today. Fins up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The 70s were good to the Dolphins, and so they put up a 70 today. You're right. John C., I guess we didn't overlook the Broncos on the super chat. Yes, sir. You are correct. They did not overlook the Broncos today. This is the best offense ever for the Dolphins. We had no run game with Marino, never. Now we have two-headed monster running and passing. Mabrul. Why do you think I tell people that this team is the best we've had since the early 90s? And what do I say? Once they start winning, we have to move over to the 80s. And if they go deep into the playoffs, then we have to go to the 70s. Because the front office is all the way from the 70s. Okay? The Bobby Beathard, Joe Thomas, those front offices, that's the last front office that we had that was really good. That was the 70s, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the 2020s. You know the 50 burger? It took us a 50 burger to get to one front office to another. It took us a 50 burger of years. How about that? How screwed up is that? So, I'm telling you, man, enjoy this. Enjoy this big time.
Do you know what the Miami Dolphins are averaging for points per game this season?
I
sent them an email and a text. So
what is it?
43.6 points.
Wow.
You know what I think it was? I think McDaniel was late to the presser.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Figures the day that my voice is from screaming so much here, you know? Okay. Do we have Tua at least?
The Marlins did win, by the way.
Okay, cool. Do we have Tua at least? Can we play Tua? Not the video, the audio. See if we can do audio alone. Let's we can't do the video. We gotta do audio only. Big O, the Dolphins killer bees from the early 2000s must be happy right now. I think everybody that's a Dolphins fan, former players, us fans, media that, I don't know. I mean, some media aren't honest enough to admit that, that they're still a fan of a team. Although a lot of our guys and women aren't from here, so they really shouldn't be local fans. If they weren't raised here, like what Manso, Omar, Feronis, there's a couple of them that are raised here. They might be fans. They might admit it. Like me, I don't have a problem admitting that I'm a fan of all the local teams. I'm a hometown guy. It's what I've always been. I'm not going to change. But also, I'm going to be honest enough to tell you if I don't like something of the local team, I'll tell you at least. I have no problem with that, but I'm also not going to hide from the fact that I want the local teams to win. I root for them. Hell no, dude. Not doing that. So hopefully we'll be getting the guys here very soon and have some fun. That's funny. Somebody put out, I think it was Chris Kaufman. He put out Tua's face on top of Wilt Chamberlain's body, and instead of 100, it's got 70 on it. Remember that when he scored 100? Look, I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Chris Kaufman, that was good. Good for him. I like that. That's funny right there. Man, I'm telling you, this has been. I am in Rome following on the red zone. When I return, I will watch every play of this glorious game. We have waited so long for this. It's great to see fans all over the place and friends of mine, but because they're also Dolphin fans. So this is pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Big O, this is a crazy stat. Tua more touchdowns for than incompletions today. He's a special dude, man. He is a absolutely special dude. Jim Gleason says, grew up in New Orleans, been a diehard since I was 5 years old. Big O radio show, Miami football teams combined 7-0, and Phinz scored 70. There we go. Although I think FIU lost by 70, right? I'm pretty close to that. That was a rough one for them yesterday. Holy crap. Jim Gleason says, that was so sweet. How ridiculous was Payton to keep playing Wilson? He doesn't like him. So this is kind of his way to stick it to him a little bit more. You know what I mean? You don't change that gray hat, Big O. I didn't have the gray hat last week, and I didn't have the gray hat the week before. And they're still undefeated. You know what I mean? I just got this gray hat at Caneswear. And by the way, thanks to the great people at Caneswear, 2655 South University Drive in Davie, folks. They've got all kinds of great hats, shirts, jerseys, Miami Dolphins, Miami Heat, Inter Miami, Florida Panthers, Miami Marlins, all kinds of stuff, man. I'm telling you. Lights for your bar with Canes logos on it. They got all kinds of stuff and all kinds of Dolphin stuff, too, that you can go get. And you can go online at caneswear.com. Use our code BIG010. You will get 10% off at Caneswear. BIG010 and get 10% off. And you can find some killer hats, man. Every time I go, I buy a hat from something. I saw this one the other day. Was it Tuesday we were there Tuesday? It was Tuesday. And I had to buy this hat on Tuesday. I saw it, and I thought it was an absolutely freaking groovy hat. And I bought it because I can't have enough Dolphin hats. To clarify, Big O, diehard Dolphins fan since 5 years old. Dolphins only undefeated team in the AFC East. Ravens choked versus Indy. But I thought Lamar Jackson was going to be this big-time passer now. What happened? He only rushed for the 2 touchdowns, and he couldn't throw anything? What was Lamar's numbers? Just to laugh at Lamar, because I like laughing at Lamar and the people that think he's like some special quarterback or something when he's actually just a running back with the ball in his hands. And he never becomes a great passer. So let's see what the great Raven quarterback who lost to the Colts 22-19. Let's see what he did. Didn't they get him receivers? Zay Flowers had a whole 48 yards and Nelson Aguilar 39. And I know Odell Beckham was injured, but he's always injured. So what was Lamar? 22 of 31 for 202 yards. Wow, that's 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Boy, he really is fantastic, isn't he? Oh, 14 rushes, 101. There's the real Lamar Jackson. Hey, but you keep waiting for that Lamar Jackson that's supposed to be some great passer to show up. You keep doing that. Oh, we have who? Oh, we have Tua? All right, let's hear from the second or third best quarterback in the NFL. Top 3. Put a 50 burger on Sean Payton for talking crap. Who do we have? Furones? All right, we'll hear Tua right after Furones. Let's do that. Let's get to our EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins post-game report with David Furones.
No platform is more dedicated to the Miami Dolphins than this one. Let's get the latest for the Miami Dolphins Nation with our EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report with David Furones.
So, David, how are you doing, my brother? How you feeling after that game today?
No matter how good I'm feeling, I can't be feeling better than the Miami Dolphins after that game. 70 points, almost an NFL record, a franchise record, and then also just shy of the NFL record of the yards in a game. We witnessed history today. Oh.
Yeah. Although I got some idiots that are complaining about not going for the field goal to go for the record. It's like, God, you morons. It's like, bro, enjoy the moment, please. Because, you got easily one of the 5 best offensive minds in the NFL, easily one of the 3 best quarterbacks in the NFL, and easily, is this the best offense in the NFL?
Right now, it looks like it on all accounts. I mean,
right? It's not even close.
Any other answer right now would be would just be asinine to even assume. So. Yeah, and I mean, Mike McDaniel, we did ask him, of course, at the end in the press conference why he didn't go for the record, and he said it would have felt too much like chasing points. He mentioned karma. He doesn't want that bad karma going around. He would hope it's the same way if someone was doing that to his team. Of course, it's not looking like he'd be on the other side of it with the way he's going. And Tua also, he said it's just about respect in the NFL, so they didn't need to do that. They proved plenty with their play the first 59 minutes and whatever seconds.
Yeah, they proved enough already. Tua already sent the 50 burger by the end of the third quarter. And does Sean Payton still think that, Teddy Bridgewater can take his job, by the way?
Yeah, I don't think so. I want to know what Sean Payton was telling him after this game. Was telling McDaniel if I'm not sure if they had a handshake, hit him into.
Oh yeah, no,
I imagine they
had
did.
a handshake.
It was on camera.
Something.
Yeah,
there was some pleasantries, not nothing bad, but you can tell that Sean was like Sean was like, "Hey man, great job. You outcoached the shit out of me." That kind of stuff. It almost seemed like that kind of attitude, like, "Hey man, kudos to you. You and your staff did an amazing job." So
McDaniel, right? To McDaniel. Yeah, was there one with Tua? Was there one with Sean Payton and Tua? Did the cameras
I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
That's what I was wondering, if there was something like that. But yeah, coaches, of course, they always shake hands. I was really wondering if Sean Payton had a moment with Tua after the game. That would have been something.
Yeah, that's and again for Tua, A-Chain, all that Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley, Dalvin Cook talk. I mean, it sounds so stupid now, so ridiculous when you watch what A-Chain and Mostert did today on the ground, dude. That was impressive and a half, brother.
As we have a cameo with Safedine, who I think is either joining the show later or has already.
Not yet, later. There he is. He'll be on right after. There he is.
Yeah. Sorry, what was the last thing you asked me?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no. What was the last thing you said?
No, that the running game, dude.
Yeah.
After all the talk of Cook and all that other stuff, to watch what happened with those guys, that's amazing. 200 yards by A-Chain, 100 yards by Mostert. There's a reason why they weren't desperate for a running back. And every time there was interest, I kept telling everybody it was about low-hanging fruit. If you want to give them away, we're here. But we're not here to overpay for anybody.
Yeah, that's actually one thing I'm writing today after this game is that this run game and to the greatest extreme is proving that why this team did not need to go after either Jonathan Taylor or pull the trigger on. Sure, yeah, they inquired, looked into it, but they didn't need to make that move on either Jonathan Taylor, Dalvin Cook. I mean, this run game with what it has already and drafting Devon Achane, which we saw for the first significant NFL action that he's had. I mean, that was phenomenal. His third NFL game, he's going for 200 rushing yards. It's just insane.
What do we know about Connor Williams? What do we know about Jalen Phillips? What do we know about some of these injuries?
Yeah, nothing yet. Mike McDaniel did not have any updates on any of the injured players, but he said he was speaking to one of his trainers and that he didn't seem too worried. I wasn't sure if he was talking about any one of the particular players, but I think he just meant in general of the several players that had left. So Connor Williams and Jalen Phillips included in that.
Teron Armstead came away healthy too, it seems. So that's really good that you were able to play him and get him ready for the Buffalo game because Buffalo did well today against Washington.
Yeah, what was it, 30-0? That was the last time I saw the score.
And they got a good defense, Washington, dude.
Yes, they do.
It's not an easy defense to crack.
Yeah, that's nothing to scoff at either. So these two teams are going in hot. They're going into this big AFC East showdown. Dolphins 3-0, and then, of course, Buffalo now reeling off 2 in a row, looking good in both of them after what had to be an embarrassing game for them in that opener against the Jets with Aaron Rodgers going down, and they still fall on Monday Night Football. But and then Teron Armstead, yeah, you mentioned him, that getting him a game like we've been talking about the last 2 weeks is you get him the practice week, get him the game, and now you've got that game under his belt, and he came out of it healthy. So now just only better things from him you can imagine. And even on that first Achane touchdown, second touchdown of the many that the Dolphins had today, he was running behind Armstead there on that one, and Achane really is showing some tackle breaking ability for his frame too. I was surprised at that run.
Yeah, but he's thick. He's not a skinny kid or anything like that. When you see Achane, he's built, dude.
Right.
It's not like he's a little scat back or anything. He's a little fire hydrant, you know.
Yeah.
So he's got some thickness and some balance to him too, and his vision is just absolutely phenomenal. Did you see in the locker room Craycraft, Wilkins, or Phillips at all?
No, didn't see them. I was at the podium with where Mike McDaniel, Tua, Raheem Mostert, Devon Achane were all talking, so I had to get that. But I did not see them either in the hallways or anything like that before I was finishing up. As I wanted to get down there early, but then as I'm waiting on a record potentially and how that could change the whole story, I had to stay upstairs to see if my story needed some updating.
Well, I mean, you got the record, right? I mean, Tua's won 10 straight against Super Bowl winning coaches.
Was that one
he's
too?
5-0 against a coach that's won 6 Super Bowls. I don't know, dude. I don't know what else does Tua need to prove. I'm not exactly sure if there's anything else except for staying healthy.
Yes.
I think that's about it, right?
Yeah, I think he answered a lot of those other questions last year with the 25-8 touchdown to interceptions and leading the league in passer rating. So when he was healthy last year, then I think a lot of people, even nationally, the pundits that were down on him, they kind of took a step off of their previous narratives, and everything just shifted at that point to, well, but can he stay healthy? So now that'll be the main thing. If the Dolphins keep him healthy and he keeps going like this, then the sky's the limit for this offense, especially with the run game that we're seeing now.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I mean, listen, dude, I'm old. We've never had this balance since I was a kid, like a child, not a kid, a child in the 70s. We have never had this. This is what used to piss me off about Marino. Not Marino would piss me off. That Shula could not get him a running game. Shula could not get him a defense. All those kind of things. Because it's funny how, well, you know, hey, you still got to build around. Tua needs a perfect team. No, dude. Everybody needs a perfect team. That's just the way it goes. Even the great Dan Marino didn't have a perfect team, so he didn't win. We haven't seen this kind of stuff since the 70s, brother. Nobody's had this kind of balance ever.
Yeah, I wasn't alive for the 70s, and I wasn't alive for maybe half of Marino, and then too young, kind of, and then just getting into football at the end of Marino's career. But yeah, so I mean, definitely by far the most complete Dolphins team I have seen. And then, yeah, you definitely have to go back. I would hear about all those Marino years where he wasn't complimented with the run game, or the defense didn't have that. Then right after Marino, then of course you have the Ricky Williams and the Zach Thomas, Jason Taylor, cornerbacks,
no QB.
Madison Esertan,
but no QB.
But then you didn't have the QB, so it was just always one or the other. And then the last 20 years have kind of been mostly rough, but
mostly defense, mostly defense, and very little. The only time you had an offense is Ricky, Ajayi, and Lamar Smith. That's it, dude.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all. That's the only time. Whenever you had an offense, it's because you actually had a bell cow.
Yeah,
that's it. It wasn't like there was a quarterback that could carry you. That was 13, and now here you got this guy now, and that's why I'm saying that. That's why I keep reminding everybody. This is the best team since the early 90s. If they start winning, we start going to the 80s. If they go deep into the playoffs, we have to go to the 70s. This is the best coach we've had since Don Shula.
Yeah.
This is the best front office we've had since the 70s. Since Beathard and Joe Thomas. This is the best front office. By the way, is Tua now the leading candidate for MVP through week 3?
I would think so. So what's going on elsewhere? I know. So Patrick Mahomes is always going to be up there, but I mean, he hasn't put up the numbers so far the way Tua has. But odds-on favorite through 3 weeks. Yes, Tua is the leader in the clubhouse very early, and a lot of these other guys, these big-time quarterbacks, are going to have a lot of weeks to make their run. But yeah, right now, when I see whatever email from different odds making websites and these PR emails where they send sports writers the updated odds, I expect to see Tua Tagovailoa as the favorite for MVP and not a tied for favorite. He should be the sole possession of favorite in those betting odds.
All right. Can you believe 3 weeks in, the Dolphins are the only undefeated team in the AFC?
Man, wow. So yeah, because Baltimore lost today and they were the only other ones. Yeah, there's still a few in the NFC, but so I think the 72 Dolphins, if the Dolphins remain, the current Dolphins remain as the only undefeated team, I think they'll just celebrate when there's just one team left unbeaten, right?
Yes, if it's Miami, I think the 70s guys won't mind if it's the Dolphins trying to achieve that record.
That's where they pop the champagne at that point.
Nobody's going to lose, bro. Nobody's going to go undefeated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But again. Right now, you may have the best offense in the NFL. You may have the best team or second best team in the NFL. You may have the best quarterback right now, statistically MVP-like in the NFL right now. Your defense, after the first week of allowing all those yards, they've shut down the running game in the last 2 weeks here. So they've kind of balanced out themselves on defense, my friend.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it's just all phases. Clicking on all cylinders is one thing I say. I know it's a little cliche, but it just really is. This is the epitome of that. This is what Tua is playing at such a high level in the passing game, completing his first 17 passes. He's not even throwing an incompletion for that first half onslaught before you even throw it on them even more. And the run game is going the way it is. And then defensively, even when there was a couple moments like the fourth down that they didn't get, and then, if Denver scores here, that now it's a little bit close. And did Mike McDaniel give them some momentum by doing that? No, they got to stop. They stepped up. And then also 3 takeaways defensively. Javon Holland punching balls out against Cortland Sutton twice. He had to, he saw something in the way Sutton was carrying that ball. He knew he could get those out of there. So AVG, Kader Kohu coming up with those, and Emmanuel Ogbah, right place, right time on the tip ball interception. These are the type of winning plays that you love to see.
I got to go back and watch the film and see how the line played, but specifically how Liam Eichenberg played, having to fill in for Connor Williams, because we don't know how serious the Connor Williams injury is. I did notice a couple of high snaps from Liam Eichenberg. Plus, there were a couple of high snaps from Connor Williams, too, that weren't necessarily perfect. But I don't know. What did you notice? Because there's so much offense going on I can't necessarily focus all on the line.
Right.
Did you notice anything when Liam was in there?
Yeah, I couldn't pick up too much outside of just watching live. Yeah, there were a couple snaps, and which is something that you do get with Connor Williams anyway. Williams also a couple holding calls today against him, which the Dolphins were able to overcome on that one first half drive where they got set back to 1st and 20, 1st and 17, and then okay, no problem, chunk play. And I think that was a drive that ended with the first no-look shovel pass from Tua to A-Chain. So, I mean, the offense is going so well that you can casually overcome holding penalties that should be drive killers for most teams, but you just go ahead and pick up from 20 yards in a couple plays and get right back to it. But
Are you in a media room with a lot of guys, or are you in separate booths that's only a couple of people?
Oh, right. I'm in the if you're familiar with the Hard Rock Stadium press box, the dining area over to the side.
Okay,
behind
so
me is like a hallway where right over there. Those are the press box seats that overlook the field.
okay,
watch the game.
so there were several people then, is what you're telling me,
Several people.
watching. You're in where there's a whole ton of media watching.
No,
Right.
no. Where I am watching me currently, no, or just people.
No. Where you watching the game? Were you with other media members watching the game?
Oh yeah, while the game was going on.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Okay, so
yes.
that's why I wanna set the stage.
Okay.
No look, Tua. What was the sound in that media room?
Probably a lot of ooh.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah, some
All right.
ooh, some ooh, some ahs.
right. Okay, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was
right,
cool.
right. Actually, I didn't pick up that it was no look until the replay. Yeah. So
You were still typing the last play.
yeah. Well, no, I mean, I saw the play develop, but I didn't catch where his head was looking on the play until the replay, and that's just so impressive.
Dude, I mean, again, it's just, yeah. Van Ginkel played well. I was really happy with Agba because the poor guy has kind of lost some playing time with Van Ginkel, but then here goes Phillips again. So now you need Agba, and he's proven that he can help you out in the defense. So that was pretty cool too.
Yeah, and I mean that he's a high-paid guy and someone who just had those back-to-back 9-sack seasons not too long ago. It's not that distant of a memory. Of course, then when he did get paid, then last year production fell off, and then obviously had the injury situation. But if they can get something out of him too, then I mean that's just depth. And even when Jalen Phillips goes down, and when you have to rotate guys, move guys around, when Andrew Van Ginkel would be your first guy up like he was against New England, but then different packages. If you can rely on him, then that's huge for this defense.
All right, I said this 2 weeks ago in the Chargers game. I am convinced that Mike McDaniel wanted to send a message to everybody in the league that Brandon Staley's not better than him, and Brandon Staley's not going to take away any part of the field, not the middle of the field, and that's why he attacked the middle of the field like, brother. He attacked it like Flintstone attacks a Bronnisburger. Okay, so today we know that Sean Payton talked some shit about Tua. So I'm just wondering, any shot that Tua and Payton McDaniel wanted to lay a little extra thickness on the game today?
You know what? I think if that were the case, McDaniel would have kicked the field goal at the end to get the record.
But that's insult to injury. At that point, that is a little too much. It is point chasing, like he said. Yeah. Did you have anything else to prove after you're up by a 50-burger?
No, you have nothing to prove as far as proving anything. No, but if he really wanted to stick it to him a little bit more, then I mean, in that situation, and with the fans chanting too, because you could always just fall back on that. It's just, the fans wanted to see it. We were in field goal position. That would be the normal play any other moment in the game in that situation. But I think they did want to go about it in a respectful way. At the end there, but Tua, and although when you asked me going into the week about Sean Payton, I did say no. I mean, he doesn't look into all those storylines, what people say about him. I believe him when he says it, but he has also said that he does keep receipts. So I thought of that afterwards, and I mean, it could have been in the back of his head.
I think Tua wants to stick it to a lot of people. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey,
I wanted to ask you this. So if he didn't want to put it on him, why did he let Mike White air it out to Chosen?
Yeah,
good one.
That's a good point.
That's a good one, Sean. Nice job.
Not just because the backup quarterback is in doesn't mean he has to hand it off every time either.
But he could.
But yeah, he did. He did.
The game's over. You can really just hand off from that point on. You really don't have to pass.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they got the look for it. It was single coverage now. That was Patrick Surtain II. Over there. That was an all Broward County play too. Patrick Surtain II, Robbie Chosen, and Mike White throwing it to him.
All right. So what do you got going on in the Sun Sentinel so folks can check you out, my friend?
Yeah, covering history today. So I'll be wrapping up here in another hour or so of our game coverage. All the record-breaking numbers, and also, like I mentioned earlier, I'll be writing about that run game, proving a lot of people wrong and proving why this Dolphins front office didn't need to get desperate chasing another running back. So definitely look out for that, and then we'll just keep.
Or offensive line, by the way.
Yeah, that's part of it too. That's
right? I mean, they've shown us that the offensive line has done a fantastic job, and if Liam Eichenberg all of a sudden steps in and plays well at center and gets by, then you're like, holy crap, man, you found roles for everybody. That's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, because now if Williams does have to miss time, then we will be saying Eichenberg. But Mike McDaniel didn't seem too worried, but without a firm update on his status.
All right, we'll find out. Follow him on Twitter at David Furones _. David, as always, thank you, my brother. Enjoy your evening, my friend. We'll catch up on Tuesday, I think.
Thank you, sir. Thursday.
Yeah. That's right.
Appreciate it.
Be good, my brother. Thank you. There you go. The great David Furones with our EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins postgame report. Call Eric at EJD 305-433-4843. Custom home construction, major home remodeling. And folks, they use shell construction in-house. That's how they keep the cost down. That's how you pay less, but you end up getting quality work. Go to their Instagram page at EJD Construction so you can see a lot of the before and after work, custom home construction, and major home remodeling. 305-433-4843.
You've been listening to the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins Report with David Furones from the Sun Sentinel. For additions, home remodeling, and custom work, call Eric at 305-433-4843. EJDconstruction.com is the custom home builder and general contractor you can trust. 305-433-4843.
All right. All right, let's get to some super chats here. Let's see what we got. Steve M. Hateful Steve. All right. He sends in a Venmo, Cash App or Venmo, Cash Big O Show. We love Hateful Steve. Waited 40 years to see the Dolphins play like this. Amen. Hateful Steve, you and I have a lot of history, and we've been all waiting for this for a long time, bro. Joe Delgadillo. Thank you, sir. He says, Miami, Dinuba, California, Dolphins fan. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, Joel. Thank you for the love on Venmo. Remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Remember, you can also make a Bitcoin donation. What's up next? What's the Cash Apps that came? I mean, the Super Chats that came in, my man. Let's see. Here we go. James Helm. Great win. Center and Craycraft are okay. Any news? No news yet on either one. Okay, that we don't know, my friends. Hopefully we'll find out soon, but we don't know anything on Connor Williams, on Craycraft, and Wilkins. Christian Wilkins left with a groin injury also. Okay. So we will find out. But thank you, James. I appreciate your super chat. Next up. Let's see. James Helm again. 5 passing and 5 rushing TDs, most ever in a game. It was beautiful today, man. It was what we all deserved. We deserve this so much as Dolphin fans. We haven't had this in decades. And some of you young people, you've never even experienced stuff like this. You deserve it. Remember, my favorite Dolphin fans are the ones that are 20 and 30 years old. Teens, 20, 30s. Those people have never seen anything worth watching and yet they're still Dolphin fans. I love those people. I don't know how young people do it. They are phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Lenny Pena. Oh, my goodness. We put up 70. Let that sink in a little. Best team since the early 90s and maybe the 80s. You called it, Big O. It's coming. It's already as good as the 90s, maybe better. Now we're going to work our way to the 80s, depending on how much they win. Next up. It is James Helm again. You are the man, James. Big O, you missed my other two chats. Beat Buffalo. We got him. I'm sorry. We were just talking, doing the interviews. That's why they all fell behind. But James, as always, thank you, my man. Thank you for being so supportive of our platform like you always are. Cool Beans. Thank you, sir, for the super chat. Remember, you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. There we get 100%. Here we get 70% on the super chats because YouTube takes 30. Those bastards. Cool Beans says, big statement win. Let's get after Buffalo. Amen. Amen. Let's get after Buffalo. All right. Next up. That's it. We're caught up. Oh, okay. Mateo DiLuyo. Please give AVG an extension. Remember, he's on a 2-year contract, so they control him. He's not on a 1-year deal. They got him on a special 2-year contract, one of those Chris Greer specials. This guy's a beast of a GM. You people, some of you still don't realize how good Chris Greer is. And so he's not going anywhere. They can control him. So we'll be all right. William Quigley, baby. Yeah. Cutter's Edge Pro. Big offensive line deserves the game ball. We have beat them up like no other position. 70 points, and William is 100% right. The offensive line deserves a ton of love. And let's give Mike McDaniel, Frank Smith, and Butch Berry, let's give those coaches a lot of love because they're the ones that stuck with some of the guys like Austin Jackson, and it's paid off. They have found the Brandon Shells, the Robert Jones of the world last year. This year, Isaiah Wynn is doing it. Kendall Lamb did a marvelous job. Liam Eichenberg today came in and did a serviceable job at center. I got to look at it overall, but I didn't see like the middle of the line blowing up because Liam Eichenberg was there. So maybe Liam Eichenberg can play center. I don't know. But William Quigley is 1,000% right. The offensive line deserves credit. And those coaches who believed in those players, who coached those players up, who prepared those players, they deserve some love. Everybody along that offensive line, coaches and players, I'm with you, Will. Got to give them love, man. Awesome. John Geeb. I'm too young to remember Marino, never experienced play at this level. It's so hard to fathom what's happening. So blessed to have Tua, the staff. Been a follower since 2010 of yours. Oh, God bless. Thank you, John. Appreciate you big time, man. Very kind of you. Nico Jones. Dolphins won by so many points. I can hear Mad Dog yelling, all right, Miami, from above. Enjoy this, Phinz fans. We deserve this team. You do. You do. And you know what you also deserve? You deserve to have a little Safed Dean insight. Do it.
Let's get the latest from the Aqua and Orange with our Baptist Health of South Florida Miami Dolphins report with USA Today insider Safed Dean. From orthopedics, sports medicine, cardiovascular, and even cancer. Get the world-class healthcare your family deserves at BaptistHealth.net. Here's Safed Dean.
All right. There he is. How you feeling, my man?
Wow, Big O, what a spectacle that was. It's been a while since I've seen an ass kicking like that, Big O.
I know.
Wow.
Listen, take it from an old man. We haven't seen shit like this since the 80s. And we haven't seen a front office like this since the 70s. This is this kind of stuff that hasn't been happening here for 40 and 50 years, I want you to know. So you are covering something incredibly special.
Yeah.
Best coach since Shula, best quarterback since Marino, best front office since Beathard and Danny Thomas of the 70s. Okay? This front office kicks everybody's ass in the 80s, 90s, In 2000, in the 2000s, there's not much to kick ass because there's nothing there. But that's the kind of glass ceilings they're breaking right now, Safin.
Yeah, this was a historic performance for the day. A performance we haven't seen since the 60s. The Dolphins needed only 3 points, and they would have set the NFL record for points in a game. That was a really unique situation at the end of the game there because everybody in the building kind of knew what was going on. And the Dolphins had a 4th down play, and sure enough, they kept the offense on the field, and Mike White was instructed to take a knee and call some fans to boo here at the stadium, which was kind of funny because Tyreek Hill was definitely screaming at everybody like, what the hell are you guys booing for? We just put up 70 points in this game. I don't know, classy or not, it is what it is. But look, plain and simple, the Dolphins have the most explosive offense in the NFL. Mike McDaniel and Tua Tagovailoa are working together like, man, they're like peanut butter and jelly, spaghetti and meatballs. I can't think of a better combination for those two guys right now because of how seamless they seem to be running this offense together. And when you look at how good they played today, and you look at the opponent they're going to have next week is not going to be no cakewalk at all, Big O.
Oh, no. They're
Buffalo
in Buffalo
won really well. Buffalo had a good game today in Washington. They took care of business. They didn't score double the amount of points like the Dolphins did today, but the stage is set, Big O. The stage is set. The Dolphins got to go into Buffalo and take the division.
Buffalo faced a much tougher defense, actually. Let's be honest.
Yeah. This team, Denver had no defense.
No,
they were out of it all day today. The Broncos are, they have so much more expectation because Sean Payton's the coach, because Russell Wilson's the quarterback, because they have some Walmart money owning them right now. But the fact of the matter is they're a rebuilding team, just like this team was how many years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
This team is far from a finished product, and today they just so happen to be far from anything near competent or competitive. The Dolphins took advantage of them, and on top of that, the Broncos had so many plays. They had 2 touchdowns that were called back from penalties. They were just a complete mess, and they ran into a buzzsaw in Miami here. And it's an incredible day to see how the Dolphins franchise has taken this to a new level. I did not expect Devin A-Chain to run like that. I did not expect Raheem Mostert to run like how he's run. Both guys had 4 touchdowns today?
But they need Dalvin Cook, and they need Jonathan Taylor, and they need Saquon Barkley, and they need offensive linemen.
You know what it is though, Big O, about that conversation though? Every other team in the league needs the players. This is the only team that needs that has the coach that could scheme it up outside of Kyle Shanahan.
But
there's a
they
big
have
difference.
running backs. They truly don't need the running back. Now, if you wanted to give it to them, because that's how I reported it always from day one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to give them Dalvin Cook on low-hanging fruit or Jonathan Taylor, sure, bro.
Yeah, anybody will take it. Why not?
Off your hands for low-hanging fruit. Oh, you want to give me Jalen Ramsey for a 3rd rounder? Bro, let's do it. Let's go. You know what I mean? That's what people don't understand, their interest. Mm-hmm. They're not and it's funny because everybody, including yours truly, I never said they needed a running back or a quarterback, but I was all for, hey, go get a lineman, go trade for lineman. And those guys were like, yeah, we're good. We're good. Like Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer never, ever worried about the offensive line like we did. They never worried about the running game like we did. They never worried about the quarterback like we did. It's funny.
Yeah, there was reason to worry, though. Let's not act like there was not reason to worry. But look, sometimes scheme does better than scheme and coaching. Sometimes the scheme is better than the talent that's around you, right? And what Mike McDaniel and what this offensive line has done here is created a zone running scheme that essentially sends guys to the second level. It needs all 11 players to work, including the quarterback. You got Tyreek Hill, who was like 2nd in the league in receiving, making great blocks. Every player is making a movement or an adjustment, and they're making it work, man. This is an offense of the highest order. Obviously, you've seen this with the 70 points that were scored today. But Mike McDaniel can scheme it up with the best of them, and he's got to go take the roof off in Buffalo now. I mean, that's plain and simple. The 70 was nice, cool, pat on the back. Would have been cool if you got the record. I don't think it's least classy or not more classy of them if they didn't get it, but you got to go and put it up in Buffalo. You got to go show the Bills that you own this division now. You got to go take the division from Buffalo, and you got to go show the rest of the NFL even more what you showed them the first 3 weeks.
That's
You got to
right.
show them that you're a playoff team, and you don't want to come to Miami when the postseason comes around, because the Dolphins will be hosting a playoff game if they keep playing the way they've been playing.
Amen to that. I'm with you. By the way, Robert Griffin III just tweeted this out or X'd it out. The Denver Broncos didn't respect Mike McDaniel enough to give him an interview for their head coaching vacancy, but he respected them enough to not kick a field goal to set the all-time record for points in an NFL game. He showed them mercy. That's how you kill them, with kindness.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple ways you could look at this here. I wish they would have kicked the field goal. Like, who cares? The Broncos were getting their ass beat at that point. Like, who cares? You're not showing them any more class or less class. I mean, if you wanted to show them any respect, you wouldn't have gone for it 4th and 1 from your 1 yard line, and had, I think, Mostert score that one touchdown, and that was in the third quarter. So, it can go back and forth there. Did the Dolphins lay down and have mercy on the Broncos? Yeah, sure. They should have went for the record. They never have 70 points in the game again. But it's hard to say that too with this guy.
By the way, to back you up, I'm going to go with what Sean said a little earlier on the show, that if you really were not trying to, lay a little extra mustard on them, you wouldn't have Mike White in a game that's over already throwing downfield for a touchdown to Chosen. You would, when you bring in Mike White, the game was over. All you had to do was hand off for the rest of that quarter, and you would have easily won the game, and you still stayed aggressive. So, in a way, it kind of defends your point about going for the three-pointer, because
they should have went for it.
White air it out. Why not go for the field goal, right?
They should have went for it. Mike McDaniel would have been home, relaxing after the game, just sitting down. Like, my offense just scored the most points in an NFL game. That would have been cool to kind of hang your hat on. But I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the season, all this doesn't matter, Big O.
Right.
It don't matter. It's just another win. They were the buzzsaw today. They didn't run into one, and they got to get ready and put this behind them real quick, because Buffalo had a shutout in Washington, I believe, right?
Yes.
30 to something.
Yes, sir.
So, that's the game they have to worry about. And I mean, hopefully they bring some plays from this game over to that game. We know you can't transfer the points, but obviously, really impressive win, a very historic win.
By the way, I'm told they got 3 points at the end. Okay, Washington did get 3 points. Okay,
I think the Dolphins just scored again, Big O. The Dolphins just scored again. I'm gonna tweet that out. Actually, that was funny.
Oh God, bro, what happens with Jeff Wilson? Poor guy when he gets back, because the A-Chain kid has exploded.
Yeah, that was a stellar showing, man. I was not expecting that. I thought A-Chain maybe needed a little bit more time, but this kid's healthy again. I know he had an injury coming up from at the end of the preseason.
Mm-hmm.
But that was impressive. And personally, I had Raheem Mostert in a daily fantasy, so I'm like, damn, man, what happened? And then boom, Raheem Mostert had 4 touchdowns himself too. This team, they can run the ball with anybody, Big O. Who's the best run defense in the NFL right now? Put them up against the Dolphins, because the Dolphins will run on them.
Probably San Fran. Fran is one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right now, the two most complete teams are San Francisco and Miami right now.
Yeah, they are. They're on a collision course. They're on a collision course for real. And it's crazy to think about when you come to terms with that, because they played last year, yes, but the derivatives of their offense are very much the same. And the 49ers do have a better defense, yeah. Look, the Dolphins the offense did this job today. The defense needs to tighten up a lot more, man. They almost were like, this could have been a 21-21 game. Could have been probably 28-28 at halftime if the Broncos didn't get those penalties that kind of bailed out the Dolphins. There was an illegal shift, I think, or something like that, or a holding call. Holding is obviously on the offense, but there were a couple plays that could have went the Dolphins' way negatively on defense, and this could have been a different game, Big O. So defense is still the same thing I'm kind of worried about the most, but I would say that all those guys have played defense against Josh Allen before, and they know his tendencies, and they know they're going to mess up, and they're probably going to talk to Vic Fangio like, yo, Vic, we played this guy a couple times already. Sure, he's beaten us a couple times, but we got really close the last 2 times. So We'll see, man. This was a great game today. 70 points is a, Dolphins record. We might not see this many points scored in a game for a long time, but it's all about next week.
Did you see Craycraft, Wilkins, or Phillips in the locker room? Any news there?
I'll be honest, I was in the Broncos side of things a lot more than I was in the Dolphins side. When I got into the Dolphins locker room, it was great because Mike White was getting interviewed, and Tua jumped in and said, hey, Mike White called his own play for that play, which Mike White kind of denied to me. Mike White's one of my favorite kids, probably one of the first kids I ever interviewed when I started becoming a sports writer when he was in high school, and he committed to USF long time ago. But so I trust Mike White when he said he didn't do that. Tua even jumped into Armstead's interview at the end of the locker room session. So Tua was obviously in an amazing mood. And he should be, man, 300 some odd yards. Did you see at halftime, Big O? This guy, Justin Herbert, threw 10 more completions than Tua and had like less than 20 yards fewer, man. What do you do with that cannon arm if you don't know how to use it?
Bro,
it was an incredible display,
you're
man.
Preaching to the choir. I've been trying to walk people off that whole crap that I get it. Justin Herbert is gifted. The Lord blessed him with all that talent. Tua is still the better quarterback. Still the better quarterback. You know?
And one's got a coach that really has everything kind of lining up for him, man. Mike McDaniel's doing a better job than almost every other coach in the league right now. Coach of the year candidate for sure.
I got to tell you something. I need to call some lawyers or something. I need to find out if I can sue some people here.
About who? Who are you going to sue, man?
I'm going to sue Boomer Esiason. I'm going to start suing some others because, 2 years ago, before all these yards and all that, I said Tua is Joe Montana.
Mm-hmm.
And, our boy Adam Beasley laughed at my ass. That's all right. I got the last laugh. He was dead wrong about Tua, and that's cool. But others have also laughed at me because at that moment it sounds freaking crazy because of what I see at that moment, which was accuracy, anticipatory skills, and ball placement. To me, that's what makes a great quarterback. I don't give a shit if you're 6'6". I don't care if you can run like a deer, and I don't care if you can throw it out of the stadium. That will never make you a great quarterback if you're not intelligent, if you don't have anticipatory skills, if you don't have ball placement skills. If you cannot do some of those things, you're not ever going to be a great quarterback. So for me, what I can't have is Boomer Esiason going on national television today saying, hey, he reminds me of Joe Montana. You're 2 years behind my ass, bro. All right? These people are getting on the bandwagon a little too late for my liking, Safid.
I agree, man. And look, you're 2 years behind. My middle name was Tank for Tua a couple years ago, Big O.
That's right.
Me and Omar were riding the trade,
but Omar gets off and gets on and gets off and then gets on.
I don't know, man. That guy's been on a lot more, even more than I was. But man, the season before Tua was in the draft, man, I was already calling for it. You saw the kid play at Alabama. You saw how great he was. You see the left arm, and you see how he does with good receivers, right? All those kids he had at Alabama were good. Judy being one of them today. Waddle being one of them as well. There you go. The Dolphins had 70 points. Jalen Waddle didn't even fucking play today, man. Excuse my language. Can you believe that?
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Dude, they scored 70 without Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle's a number one receiver on like 28 other teams in the NFL. They didn't score a single point with him on the field today, and they put up 70 points.
It's amazing, dude. What'd you think of Van Ginkel again this week?
What was that?
What'd you think of Van Ginkel again this week?
I didn't even watch the defense, man. There was too much offense to watch, Big O. No, Van Ginkel is really good, man. That one play is just Javon Holland, him. These guys are opportunistic when they need to be. It's a very opportunistic defense. They need to be a little bit more opportunistic too, but when you're in the right place in the right time, good things happen. That happened to Holland, and that happened to AVG, and that happened to Agba too. Agba had two plays in this game, and you and I last week were talking a little bit. I was concerned about Agba maybe fading, and he just jumped right back into the picture today. It's good when you can provide depth. It's good when you can kind of show out and play. He played a little bit better, than Phillips did, than Chubb did today. But every player on this team, there's going to be a game or a third down or a series or whatever the case may be, where they're going to be expected to make a play. And it's up to them to make it when they do. If they don't, it's going to be a loss. And if they do, it's going to be a win. And depending on that and how far the Dolphins kind of go with this season, we'll see how far they do go. But it's all going to depend on that, man. Good players got to make good plays at the right time. And Dolphins have made some really good plays through 3 weeks so far.
Where is the Dolphins in the power rankings coming this week for Safadine?
Yeah, I mean, look, Tua's not playing. Brock Purdy's not playing like Tua. So Dolphins got to be number one, man.
I don't have you know what? If somebody put Dolphins 2 and San Fran 1 only because they've been proving it,
sure,
I can live with that too. But I think they're 1 or 2. Tua Tagovailoa, where does he stand in the MVP race?
Oh, number one, without a doubt, far ahead. Nobody else is close. No one is close. I don't think anyone is close.
Where does Mike McDaniel stand in the head coach of the year race?
Same with the San Fran. Same with the San Fran, probably. I would say he's number one, but I would, if you're gonna do same conversation as the San Fran. If you did 1 or 2, it wouldn't even put me. I wouldn't pass it, but I would put Mike up there. I put Mike number one.
And where would you put Chris Greer for executive of the year?
Chris Greer, executive of the year. I mean, Ramsey's not here. Ramsey's not playing. That's the only big move that he made.
Fangio.
Yeah.
David Long.
Sure. Those guys are not doing.
A-Chain got 200 yards.
That's
what
the one move.
Talking about.
That's the one move. All those other guys didn't do much.
Well, Fangio did. Did something.
Sure.
I mean, bro, the run defense sucked the first week, and he has shut it down the last 2 weeks.
They improved
right?
The last 2 weeks, yeah.
Right.
So instant defense, instant offense, instant defense. Can't go wrong with either one of those.
Bro, he elevated a receiver from the practice squad that got a touchdown. Well, they brought back Van Ginkel. They found Kendall Lamb, dude.
If you would have threw a block out there for me, I would have scored a touchdown, Big O.
Yeah, they brought the left guard in, and he helped out too. Come on, he's done some moves.
Yeah.
With a limited draft this year, he made a very impactful pick with A-Chain.
I'm gonna have to look at what the other GMs did, but Chris Greer is my guy.
Yeah, boy. I'm just top to bottom, man. It's just
they're looking really good. Really good.
We're not used to any of this, bro. We're not used to competence. We're used to dysfunction. We're not used to real quarterbacks. We're used to game managers and mediocre guys. We're not used to really good coaches. We're used to smart front offices. This is all new to us, dude. We haven't experienced this in decades.
This is incredible. I just had a Hard Knocks flashback when you think of Ocho Cinco here and Joe Philbin and Ryan Tannehill and look at all the mess ups that all these guys came, man, and the nerve of these people to put this on the product on the field and tell us this team's going to be good, this and that. Well, you're not going to tell us no more. We see what's going on.
Yeah.
But look, Big O, it was an incredible display today by Miami. The whole league is on notice about this offense and what they can do. I mean, Big O, in halftime, they had 35 points. No other team in the league. I mean, did anybody even score 35 in a game this week?
Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo got close, right? They scored 30. Oh, they scored 37? Okay, so 37.
All right. One other team, man. They were 35, and they scored more than the rest of the league the whole day. Today, the Texans even scored 37 today. You take 37 and 37, and it's a little bit more than 75. But why not? This is incredible display.
Chiefs have 34 right now, 12 minutes into the third quarter.
Ain't nobody scoring 50, 60, 70 though, Big O.
It's crazy, dude. Huh? Mahomes what? Oh, Mahomes hurt his ankle. Wow.
Yeah, it looked like he hurt his ankle, but he could probably sit the rest of this game. Nobody's gonna. The Bears ain't scoring 30-something in the second half.
No, that's right. What happened in that Jags game? That's crazy that the Texans killed them. All right, what do you got going on in the USA today, so folks can, so Dolphins can check you out, my friend?
For sure. I'm talking about how they didn't go for the record. I'm writing a little story about that. It was interesting that the fans booed, but interesting about what Mike McDaniel said about it afterwards. Like me and you talked about it. They should have just went for it, in my opinion. Also working on Sean Payton. I was in the locker room, or I was in the press conference after that to hear his reaction. He spoke for only 4 minutes, so I'll let you know how upset he was. And kind of recapping Denver's 0-3 start. And stay tuned this week, man. It's a football podcast. Should be very interesting after this one. And I can't wait for Dolphins Bills next week, man. It's hard not to look ahead.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Follow him on Twitter at Safid_Dean and catch his work at the USA Today. Safid, as always, thank you, my friend. We'll catch up. What is it? Tuesday, right?
Tuesday. We'll see each other Tuesday.
You got it, baby.
Easy, big
Very good.
Thank you.
There you go. TheBaptistHealth.net/ortho. Miami Dolphins postgame report.
The Baptist Health of South Florida Miami Dolphins report with insider Safid Dean is brought to you by Baptist Health of South Florida. From orthopedics, sports medicine, cardiovascular, and even cancer. Get the world-class healthcare your family deserves at BaptistHealth.net.
All right, let's get into a couple super chats here, and let's hear from Tua. A happy Tua, which I would imagine is Samuel the next one. Okay, Samuel. I watched the Bills and Commanders game. QB Sam Howell was too slow in his reads and forced his throw that got intercepted. The Bills offense struggled against Commanders defense for 3 quarters. Well, next week is the game, Samuel, and thank you for the love on the super chat. And remember, you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. Next week is the other glass ceiling. It's Buffalo, right? They've owned this division. It's their division. In order to win the AFC East, you must go through Buffalo. Okay? Patriots have owned the division for many years. Dolphins owned it for a long time. There's been a cycle, and it's been the cycle of the Bills lately, right? So this is your demon. Next week, it's about exercising that demon, and this team lost a frustrating game, injury-riddled in the playoffs, and they should have won the second matchup. By making mistakes, they gave that game away to Buffalo. They know they can beat Buffalo. You just got to go out and do it now, because that's the final nail in the coffin that you send the fan base, like, nothing to worry about. We are the best team in the division. I've said they're the best team in the division. I've said they're going to win this division. Here, this is the test right here. This is the test. Go to Buffalo and beat Buffalo. Gordon, thank you, sir, for the love in the super chat. Tua looked like he wasn't even trying out there. The game had slowed down, and he has mastered this offense. He really is making it look easy out there. I'm so happy for him. I'm on cloud 9. We all are. And you're right. He has mastered it, and he does make it look easy. And it's not. His accuracy, his delivery, that ain't easy, dude. All right, speaking of Tua, let's hear from Tua. He addressed the media. Play it, Mr. Sean Stanley. Let's hear from the game-winning quarterback and the leader of the MVP race.
The side of a lot of lopsided victories, but does this compare to anything that you've seen or been a part of?
No, this isn't compared to anything that I've seen or been a part of. It just talks about the resilience of our team. Although we were up going into halftime, I'm very proud of the guys and the way they continued to play. No one took their foot off the gas. Everyone continued to play, and that's the result that we got.
Just what were you feeling as you completed your first 7 passes?
I wasn't feeling anything. I was just trying to find the open guy and just go through my progressions.
Tua, you tend to do a lot of things with deceiving defenders with their eyes. When you passed the shovel pass twice to Devon, how satisfying was that? Did you kind of get a little Showtime feeling?
For our guys that have been practicing with us, our defense and whatnot, like me, no-looking defenders and moving guys with my eyes it's not something that's new for them to see. It was cool that we were able to do that and we were able to score. But that's what we said we wanted to do when we installed the play.
Obviously, the classy thing to do is to kneel down and not kick the field goal. But was there any enticement to trying to set the NFL record, which you guys would have had if you would have kicked the field goal?
No. I think in this league and around the league, it's about respect in the NFL. And as we went out there, I feel like that's what we got. We got respect, and we're not trying to go out there and humiliate teams. That's just what it happened to look like. Trying to run the ball, trying to kill some time. Big plays opened up, and that's what it looked like.
Can you speak to the fact that it's pretty clear after 3 weeks in the season, and I can hear the pundits and the talk shows this week pretty much declaring the Dolphins probably the best offense in the league, at least through 3 weeks. Can you talk about the pride you've taken that as a quarterbacking maybe the best offense in the league right now?
I take a lot of pride in how we perform and how we do things offensively. I just think it's like anything else. If it's a week one deal, you're either Super Bowl contenders or you're the worst team in the league. So I try not to pay attention to any of that. Try to talk that kind of mindset into our guys offensively to you to put your head down, and whatever you've been doing, like with your studying, just continue to do that and stay on that course. When we go, our team goes.
If I told you before the game that you're going to get 700 yards and 10 touchdowns, what would you have said? If I saw you on the field.
Yeah. I've been like, all right, cool, but we still got to go out and play. So I would have been like, oh, cool. That's nice of you to say that to us.
Tua, when guys are running open as they were at times today, you're being protected. Where do you think Mike is as a play caller right now and as a game planner? Is this the top level you've seen him since you've been here with him?
Yeah, I think this is some of the best that Mike's done, and it's not necessarily the play call as much as how much or how fast Mike gets the play in, and how we can operate with our motions, our pre-snap deals, get guys in right positions, and I think he's done a really, really good job. That's something that we've wanted to work on this offseason, and it's paying dividends for us.
Raheem said that you guys worked on the conga line celebration on Friday. Were you pleased with how the preparation translated into the?
I don't know. I didn't see everyone behind me. I was just looking in the front, so I was like, all right, just go, and hopefully there's more than 5 guys following. So I don't know.
To another week of
getting the play in early. I mean, that was the thing last year at times. How do you work on that? And what does it mean to you when you get the play in, earlier rather than later?
Yeah. So in practice, I mean, we all know that 15 seconds cuts out for the quarterbacks and the play caller. So in practice, we run plays and we try to get, our personnel in. We call our personnel while I'm getting ready for Mike to tell me what number it is, and we operate in that sense. It's a little more challenging when you're the head coach because Mike has to talk to guys. Guys want to talk to him while he's calling the plays for us. So it was also a challenge for him. But, yeah, and we try to see, all right, how much time do we have left of the period? If we start out with 8 minutes, like how much time do we have left? 2 minutes, and we finished our plays. Like, that's good operation from play caller to the quarterback to the huddle.
So do you have a right-handed touchdown pass either in the NFL or Bama that you recall?
I don't think so.
Tua, you were pretty clean today, had 0 rushes. Was there an effort to stay away from the run for you and avoiding any hits?
I would say with what we had installed this week with our plays, I mean, our plays allow me to be able to find the open read quick and distribute the ball. It throws off the timing of the rushers, and it also helps our guys up front. But like that's just also a tremendous effort from our guys up front. Being sacked really only once in 3 games, and everyone's been saying we need this on our O-line, we need that on our O-line, we need better this, we need better that. Like, that's just a big middle finger to everyone that's been saying that from our O-line. So, I think they've done a tremendous job, and Mike has helped with that. But you can't discredit the work that they've put in this offseason.
You mentioned the no-look shovel pass before, but had you done that before in a game? And
I've never done it before in a game. I've done no-look passes in a game, though. Mm-hmm.
Where did that come from? It looked like a basketball play.
That's just the play that they put in, and when I did it in practice, everyone thought it was like, oh, that was super cool, especially with the helmet cam. You can watch it again, and then they're like, you got to do that in the game. You got to do that in the game. All right.
Tua, you played against, you played with Jerry Jeudy in college, and you're often compared to Russell Wilson coming up being drafted. Can you just touch on just the pregame, just when you spoke with them and just seeing them again?
I talked to Russ. He did his pregame deal. I did my pregame deal before the game started. Talked to him, said what's up, had a little conversation. That was basically it. Just wished him well. Best of luck. Hope that he can stay healthy, all of that. And then after the game was basically the same. It was really cool to see Jerry Jeudy, Pat Surtain, a couple of the guys that I've been able to play with at Alabama. They're doing all they can over there on that side of the ball to help their team win games. I'm proud of how far they've come, and it's really cool to see ex-teammates in college performing and being able to go out and play against each other.
You've been asked this already, but to put up 70 points, 10 touchdowns without Jalen Waddle, this offense seems like the sky's the limit.
Yeah. We always have the next guy mentality going, but when we do have Jalen Waddle, it does present a lot more challenges for defenses. But needless to say, we got our run game going. We had our deal with our pass game, our action game. So I'm very proud of the guys and the way they came out. But yeah. Thanks, guys.
And there is Tua Tagovailoa, and there is no next man up in quarterback, by the way. If Tua is not there, there ain't no savior. Let me go over a couple things. He says he's done the no-look passes before in a game. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, that'll be cool. On the field goal, again, here's where at that moment on the field, they don't know that there's a record. They find out after the fact, at the end of the game or after time. But at that moment, they probably don't know anything. They're told after, and that's why they can entertain it. But at that moment, they're just looking at the scoreboard. They don't really know what the highest score is, and nobody's really talking about it at that moment. But I understand not going for it. You're then forcing it and chasing the points, and you already thoroughly embarrassed Peyton. You sent the signal. So it's good. On getting the plays in on time, that was a problem last year. But remember, you have to understand, Mike McDaniel was a rookie coach last year who's also calling the plays. Not a rookie coach that hired an offensive and defensive coordinator, and then he gets to delegate those responsibilities, and he just runs the team. Okay, but when you are the head coach running the team and you're the offensive coordinator, that just becomes a real burden. And so he didn't do a good job of that, which it helped cost him the playoff game last year. Right? So you watch it now, boy, this offense is. And we talked about this in the offseason. Most of you agreed with me on this, that McDaniel's a smart guy, and you expect him to correct those issues. And sure enough, smart guy, got it done. The conga line was cool, by the way. That's going to be a meme that's going to be all over the place. And making quick decisions. I mean, I love that question from that guy. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. Every quarterback is trying to avoid hits, brother. Some of those questions, man, I got to tell you, doozies. Absolute doozies. A-Chain will have a lot of huge runs this year. You can see it. He's that dude. I agree. Let's see. Let me remember super chat. You can make a super chat, but you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Maricela Garcia, thank you. Shout out to Jose Garcia in Santa Paula, California, who listens to us every day. Just ask his wife. Thank you. Shout out to Jose Garcia in Santa Paula, California. Thank you for watching us and supporting us. Adam Pinkser, thank you, sir. Always appreciate your support, sir. It was great to sit back and enjoy the Dolphins' aerial and ground assault. Maybe Joe Rose can finally get behind Tua. Joe's still not doing that Tua stupid shit, right? I hope he's not doing that because, you know, if he's not, I get it. He was wrong about Herbert, so maybe he's butthurt about that. But eventually he'll get over it because I did hear him say a couple weeks ago, those of you still have to stop with Herbert, okay? Herbert's much better than Tua. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. Tua is better than Herbert. Until proven otherwise, Herbert is not a better quarterback. Herbert is only a better physical talent, not a better quarterback, not a better money player. And obviously, one guy wins more than the other. Obviously, one guy accomplished something in college. The other guy did not. All right, breaking. There you go. Breaking news. Somebody sends me kicker Lionel Messi has signed with the Dolphins. Oh, that's too funny, bro. That is too funny. That is too funny. It's fantastic. Let's see. Imagine if Tua was Lamar Jackson today and lost to Gardner Minshew. Some Dolphins fans would be demanding him to be traded. Middle finger to those. I don't know what that means, Edwin. Oh, the doubters. Okay, I got you. Okay, I remember hearing pundits say how the Dolphins were overrated. It's nice to see people eating crow. Boy, they are eating crow. I will never understand why so many people thought Tua would not continue to improve. Because so many people were wrong about Tua, they have to then go find other excuses to try to justify their terrible opinion about Tua. That's all it is, my man. Nothing more, nothing less. We thank Yanira and Joe out here for making it nice and easy for us to broadcast. Next week, we're in Las Vegas for the pre- and post-game show for the Bills-Dolphins. So those of you in the Las Vegas Dolphin Club, join us at Tommy Rockers in Las Vegas. We'll be there this weekend. Shad and I are going for Showtime to cover the Canelo fight. I will also go to the U2 concert, see the U2 concert, the Canelo fight, and then the Dolphins beating the Bills. What a weekend, dude. And I'm in Vegas for it. And it's my birthday on Sunday. Next Sunday, during our pre- and post-game show, you will be listening to this old man turn 57 next Sunday. Then they put up a 70, which was a 7, and I'm turning 57. How about that? So next week, join us at Tommy Rockers in Las Vegas. But seriously, those of you that live here in South Florida, we will be back here at Walk-Ons next month, October 29th, against the Patriots. So an ass kicking of the Patriots the next time we are here at Walk-Ons. All right. I thank my lovely wife who's out here helping us all day long. She's absolutely amazing. The best in the world. Sean Stanley, the man, the myth, the legend that masters this platform. Blinded by the light. All right, there we go. I saw the light right now. I just saw it. I mean, you saw that I saw the light. Some of you have seen the Tua light finally. Anyway, we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit the like button as always. Smash that thing. Thank you if you send in a super chat. You can send in a donation anytime, day or night. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This has been the EJDConstruction.com Miami Dolphins postgame show on the Sports Talk 305 network. The show is mastered by Sean Stanley and Chad Show. From home to kitchen to bathroom additions and remodelings. Get in contact with one of the best contractors in the business. Call Eric at EJDConstruction.com. 305-433-4843. Please subscribe to our platform by searching Big O Radio Show on all digital avenues. On behalf of all our staff, we thank you for supporting us. Have a fantastic week.